What's going down, everybody? Hallways. Just a bunch of hallways. 84 here. Yeah. Remember when I was doing all those visual novels? And there was a common theme in with those games where there would always be just some innocuous hallway. So, yeah, I'm just kind of reminiscing about my channel and just not having regrets about it. I've done the best that I could with this channel, and if this was my last video, I did pretty good. Now, there's probably, no reason to think that I'm not going to keep coming out with these videos or anything like that, but I'm just saying, what if? You never know. So, just counting my blessings and everything, and, I've done impressive amounts of reviews up to this point, so doing pretty good. We are wrapping up the South Park series, which is really cool. This is South Park Rally. Now, when I say wrapping up the South Park series, I mean wrapping up the games that are on the Dreamcast. There's South Park Rally and Chef's Love Shack, which we've done here recently, so there's that. And we have Space Channel 5 coming up, and I'm getting ready to review that one as well. And another one that I'm just getting, ready to finish that series. There's only two particular games on the Dreamcast that are Japanese games, so I'm going to wrap that up here shortly. And hopefully get some gameplay footage just recorded. And I don't really have anything profound or prolific to say at this point. Just glad to be here. Glad to be able to do these reviews. I have not been able to post as often as I would like to. Just did like a Shenmue follow-up, but kind of taking a break with the whole Shenmue thing because I'm kind of getting burned out with delivering on that. I kind of wanted to make it a point to prove that I finished Shenmue 1, but I might just leave it hanging because I'll just start off with Shenmue 2. I don't want to like spoil the ending of Shenmue 1, you know what I'm saying? But I'll probably get a trophy for that. Maybe I can show that I finished it. But, there's no real point to do that. But, I mean, I can tell you that I beat Shenmue 1 and 2 before on the Xbox original, the Shenmue 2 and the, Dreamcast. But, that's just hubris. But, South Park Rally, I played this some yesterday, right? And, this game is kind of, finicky, for lack of a better word. It's just that you have to kind of know what you're doing, and the game manual even says, hey, just play this game and just get used to the tracks before you get further. And if you're a fan of the initial first seasons of this, like Gollum Cone, like he likes the first, I think he said 4 seasons of South Park. I like the later seasons too. I don't know, maybe like season 9 or something. I don't know, but the first seasons were the best. I thought they were just awesome. Kind of just was a cultural phenomenon at the time. But if you're a fan of the early South Park stuff, this has a lot of the same jokes from the early South Park stuff. And I love the running gags. It's really funny for the most part. Just the things that the characters say. Just it's a kart racing game. It's cool. I think that it's a really cool genre. Kart racing games are just really cool, and it's really nice. I think this is arguably better than Chef's Love Shack, but they're two different animals. They're just two different types of games, but it's going to be interesting to kind of compare this one to Chef's Love Shack. And yeah, I don't really recommend trying the other South Park game. I think it's just simply called South Park on the PS1 and the N64. I'm not sure if it came out on any other systems, but I can't say I recommend it. And other than that, I don't know. Just good times. South Park Rally on the Sega Dreamcast. Yeah. Let's get into this one, yeah.
I'm going down south, I'm gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, on the roads without temptation.
Going down south, I'm gonna leave my woes behind.
Camp a party day or night, leave a party night.
Heading on up south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind. So come on down south, I can meet some friends of mine.
right on here we are. I had to do the little VGA box switch thing to get this to play because it does not support VGA. So there's that. So we got a little bit of demo play mode here. They use a little image of Saddam Hussein for the spooky vision.
2, 1, go!
Yeah, that's Bebe. Do you guys remember the movie Bebe's Kids? That movie is pretty notorious for being kind of, I don't know, Bebe's Kids was kind of a dry movie, but it was kind of bland, you know? Kind of makes me think of that movie 8 Crazy Nights with, what's his face? Adam Sandler, yeah. You see these numbers on the stage, you have to go by them in order or however the stage dictates. This game looks fun. The graphics look kind of archaic, but they are sufficient. I don't expect much from South Park games. Apparently those Stick of Truth games and the Fractured, you know the title of that one. Those are supposed to be pretty good. But I kind of don't like the little subplots they have with the superhero type things and the Stick of Truth. I would lean towards Stick of Truth moreover than the Fractured one. Now, Championship, I looked a little bit on the manual. You can unlock levels with Championship. Mini Championship, you get to select the levels that you unlocked from Championship. Arcade Race, I think that it's just one single race, but I think it's still all locked. I looked at options before. You can't really, you know, adjust too much with that, but I've played Championship before, and yeah, I played this yesterday. And I picked Kenny. I like his minimalistic cart. It just has a box on the back of it. You can unlock people, but I don't know how to do it so far. I think that if you're just going to leave one game in your system, this is not the worst one to have, because just getting used to the stages, it pays off. It's kind of like an old school game that way. You got the voice of Principal Victoria, I believe her name. So I'm not paying strict attention. She said attention, so I'm going to repeat the word attention. Not paying too much attention to the rules because I've played this. So you just got to go in order. Oh, I was trying to hit the right trigger, but that you have to hit down the A button, and I believe, yeah, tacos. Let's see, is it left trigger or right trigger to shoot these? I might need to turn the volume up so you can hear some of the funny things that are said. I guess the rats just kind of, you drop them like bombs. See that number 1 spot? I kind of don't like the fact that this is not a straightforward kart racing game. You have to adhere to a strict guideline. So yeah, just turn the volume up just a little bit. The peace sign has something to do with Mr. Mackey. Now the B button and A button is kind of annoying. I naturally want to hit the right trigger to accelerate, and I want to hit the left trigger to decelerate, but no, that's not how the game works. Ironically enough, the second stage is just this stage with a different set of rules, so there's not really that much track variety, although you can unlock later tracks. I'm just not that great at it. Hey, I found a little shortcut, which is nice. The Sparky power-up, Sparky just kind of slows you down by attaching himself to your car. You can imagine how that goes. And, yeah, man, just some of the earlier episodes were really cool. I grew up on South Park. I really just loved this series. I had I had some keychains that I put on the back of my backpack. And surprisingly enough, nobody ever stole them. I think I eventually just got rid of them on my own volition. But nobody's ahead of me. No, I am in number 2 position, so somebody's going to pass me because of my poor steering right there. Current objective is checkpoint 4, so I need to do what I can do to pass Stanley. I used up my power up, which was kind of not cool. I didn't know what it did anyway. Hey, I passed Stan, and he's going to be caught up with the whole train there because you can't pass it once the barrier is lowered or whatever it's called. Looks like I'm going to win this one. I might need to tap the B button, the brake button. It's actually the reverse button, but you know, serves the same purpose. You know, just to do more accurate steering. Kenny McCormick just won this challenge.
I present the winner of Rally Day's first race.
Now, the problem with this game is the weird rules, because it's not just a straight game. I think you could play, what is it, like arcade mode, but the only way to unlock stages is through this championship mode, I believe. So that's cool. Underpants Gnomes, I liked that episode. That was cool. I remember, I think that's when they introduced Tweak. And then in later episodes, they have established that Tweak's father runs a coffee store.
Attention, everyone.
Starbucks was trying to muscle them out of the business, but
First, you need to collect the Rally Days trophy by running into it with
to me, a cup of coffee is just a cup of coffee, and you know, I mean, all this fancy stuff is just kind of puffery, you know. Pip is hilarious. Hey, I got Cartman. Now this little shortcut I'm just going to totally take advantage of. Now there is a trophy, and it's a fine trophy. It's very close by. See what I'm saying with Sparky? He's going to slow you down there. If you're a child playing this game, you're not going to really understand the references. Come on, Pip. Oh, man. Pip has the trophy. Where's Pip at? Oh, Mr. Garrison has it. Look at Mr. Garrison had Mr. Hat. And then later on, Mr. Hat turned into Mr. Twig. And then later on, Mr. Twig turned into nothing. But Mr. Hat was funny because Mr. Hat would just talk back to the students, I guess. And there was funny plots with how Mr. Hat was just kind of Mr. Garrison's, you know. Come on, man. You know I got that. What happened to Mr. Hat? I mean, Mr. Garrison. They are synonymous in one and the same. I just remember how silly this game is. Oh, I got hit with the thing. Looks like Mr. Garrison's going to get this, and if that's the case, I'm just going to cut this game short. I've showed the initial stages anyway. Didn't really talk about it, but in regards to the graphics, very sufficient, like I say. Oh, that's herpes. Yeah, I gave Cartman herpes there. That didn't sound right. This whole show's not right anyway, but it's hilarious. Oh yeah, that steamroller or whatever that was really slowed me down right there. It's so hilarious what she was. I don't know if you heard that. $10 away. That's hilarious. Oh, I got hit with it. Now I got herpes. See? You see how silly this game is? It's hilarious. Now everybody's trying to go after the same person, which looks like Pip. I like the fact that they use the same audio clips from the show. It's really cool. I'm going to quit the championship. Well, actually, let me retry it, but do it off camera here real quick. Okay, I did something that I haven't done in a long time, which was do some Game Shark cheats. I hope this works. it was a little bit tricky because I had to do the VGA trick too. I looked up really quick about Chef's Love Shack. I gave that a 7.6 out of 10 because I already forgot what was up. But if I hit arcade race, we should be able to pick whatever. Yeah, everybody's unlocked and stuff, so that's cool. I thought it was really funny that Pip, of all characters, were on this game. I think Mr. Mackey is hilarious. I will probably pick him. I just mentioned Tweak. I like, yeah, they even have the his family coffee brand going on. Let's see who else. I got Shelly Belly there. Yeah, Bebe, Mr. Garrison. Oh, we got Cartman as a cop. That's cool. Gollum Cone really liked Scuzzlebutt. Yeah, I told you he has like celery in his hand. He's got like an arm made out of celery. Mrs. Broflovsky. I love that song that Cartman was singing. The Kyle's mom is a big fat, you know. Mrs. Cartman, that's hilarious. Oh, she's just laying back in the car. That's hilarious. Big Gay Al with the that's where Sparky came from, because Sparky was his dog, but Sparky didn't want to live with him anymore. Sparky wanted to wear a pink handkerchief. We got to Death. Yeah, Death would touch you. There was a whole episode just on Death creeping up and touching you. Mephisto. I'm not really sure what's up with Mephisto. He's driving a DeLorean. Ned. Like a Vietnam vet or something. Visitor. That's cool, man. They got a lot of characters. Ike. Grandpa. Oh, man, poor Grandpa. He was always wanting to die. He was like, please kill me, Billy. He kept messing up and calling Stan Billy. Marvin. Starvin Marvin. Look at his car. That's hilarious. It says wheat. That's hilarious. Jesus on a cloud. That's cool. Terrence and Philip. That's cool. I remember that cliffhanger episode where you were supposed to find out who Cartman's... Oh, Cartman is a homie? That's hilarious. I love that. I might pick that one up. I like Mr. Mackey too much. Yeah, I think it's hilarious that they have this character, but... Yeah, they have like 3 different versions of Cartman, but... I just like Mr. Mackey a whole lot. Kenny, that's an odd choice. It's a different Kenny. Kyle is a vampire. Interesting choice. Raggedy Andy Stan. Gotcha. Yeah, there's something creepy about Raggedy and Andy. I've talked about that on my channel a lot. Satan, of course, because you got to counterbalance Jesus. You got to have both of them. Chef Braveheart, so that's cool. They have like 2 different chefs, 2 different Kyles, 2 different Kennys, and 3 different Cartmans. Undeniably, Cartman's the most popular character on that show, without a shadow of a doubt, but that's not to say that other characters don't have their shining moments. So even some of these side characters, I just love Mr. Mackey because of that whole okay. Do you remember the Christmas album? Yeah, even when you select him, he's okay. It's hilarious. Read a Book Day. That's like the Chicken Lover episode. Pink Lemonade Race. That's a Big Gay Al's Halloween. I really like the Halloween. Halloween's coming up anyway. I'm going to pick up Halloween, but what was I going to say? The Halloween episode, it had something to do with Worcestershire sauce. And that was the Spooky Vision. And that was the one with Evil Cartman, where I memorized every word to that. It is hilarious. Evil Cartman is doing some sort of arts and craft project or something, just being friendly with the guys, and he was singing this song, and I'm going to quote it. You guys are my best friends. Through thick and thin, we've always been together. We're 4 of a kind, having fun all day, palling around, laughing away. We're best friends. Best friends are we. I love you guys. Can't make this up. See, I told you I memorized that. Now, City, Farm, Big Gay Owls. So you're going to do a Halloween level. I guess I'm picking the sewer. That's interesting. Forest, mountain, volcano. Ooh, volcano sounds cool. Carney. Oh, that sounds really cool. Halloween at a carnival. Gridiron. See, yeah, for some reason you couldn't unlock Gridiron. I got to do Carney. I love stuff like Roller Coaster Dreams and stuff. It's actually more fun for me to use cheats sometimes because I feel like the game was a little bit too hard from the onset, you know, and that's why Chef's Love Shack is a little bit better because
Happy Halloween!
it's just
Time to do
a pop in
some
and play
trick-or-treating.
game. You're not going to take it
As everyone
too
knows,
serious, but
the person with the most candy by curfew wins.
most
Grab as
candy.
much candy as you can and drop it at the candy
Yeah.
station.
Yeah, I kind of don't like the fact that it's not a straight up race. I kind of just want a linear race to see how good you are, but I guess the game mechanics are just kind of lacking. So you grab 4 candy canes or candy sticks, take them to the checkpoint. It gets confusing having to look at the map and stuff, but yeah.
1.
And
Go already.
I already stated that using the A button and the B button is kind of annoying. Oh, the candy sticks, I missed one. But we're just checking the stage anyway. I guess someone else picked it up. I thought maybe everyone had to pick the same stage. This is very horrible gameplay footage. Hey, I got Mr. Mackey's power-up, so I'm playing as Mr. Mackey, and I got his power-up. That's cool. I love the way the stage looks. We got, yeah, this is a Halloween stage, so it's kind of apt that we have spooky vision. Come on, baby. I mean, I just totally tapped into Bebe, and I don't have the candy stick or whatever it was called. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. The arrow tells you where to go. What am I supposed to do? I'm confused because maybe I will play a different stage just to show some variety, but yeah, this is South Park Rally. It's got the charm and the personality. I think it really kind of encapsulates the show. It's just really kind of a cool game. It looks cooler than it is. Yeah. Oh, I was caught in a corner or something. Yeah, this is horrible, but instead of taking up all your time, I'm going to show you a different stage. Maybe a different mode. I think Mini Championship might be better. I don't know, but we'll check that out. Let's pick a different character too. You know, Goncone, you mentioned Scuzzlebutt, so let's just be Scuzzlebutt to honor you. Always commenting on my channel. So, you know, that goes a long way with me, man. You're you know, you're a good guy. You're just good, you know, standing by and always commenting, man. I look forward to the comments too, man. I really do.
Welcome to Rally. In case you're new to Rally Days, I'll also be explaining the rules for each
Oh, I picked the
race.
same stage.
3.
Well, whatever.
2. 1.
I think this is just a straight race. Oh man, this pole got in the way. It's lame. Horrible way to start it, but you can see Scuzzlebutt as a basket, just in a basket, which makes no sense. Yeah, you can pass people pretty easy. Oh wait, this is not a straight race. I'm still doing... Oh, you gotta hit that stupid checkpoint thing. I'm just gonna retry it. But 7.6, this is not... It's hard for me to hate this game because it's South Park, it's cool. 7.6 seems pretty high for that other game, but I didn't really have problems playing it and accepting it for what it is. My expectations are really low. But my expectations are a little bit higher for this one because look at it. It looks, like I said, it looks cooler than it is, and it's just disappointing is all. It's just really kind of finicky, and you have to go, like, look, it's kind of hard. It's really easy to overlook this little point right there. Let me turn it down so I can talk better without being short-tempered with you. But yeah, you can't just, you know, freely play the stages. You have to hit those little checkpoints, and it's easy to miss the checkpoints too. But you know, if you're trying to be like a completionist and you want to like just get all the games for Dreamcast, I mean, the library's not that bad. It's just kind of, you know, this is a game that you need to play a couple times before it grows on you, I guess. but it shouldn't have to be like that. This should be a better game. As South Park fans, we deserve a better game, I think. As original season fans. Scuzzlebutt. I'm in 0 place. I'm not in the right place, but you can look. I'm looking at the environments, and I just realized that I just drove into a butt, which is hilarious, but at the same time kind of wrong. You know what I mean? Like the South Park humor is just really kind of base, But I don't know. I'm thinking like a 6, because it's better than a 5, and I just don't have much to say about it. It's just that I don't really want to give it like a 6.1 or anything like, refined or a refined score. I just think that 6 is good enough. I'll give this one just a straight 6 because, it just has, it leaves more to be desired, is all. But once you put some cheat codes in there, it's, it's cool to find out what you can unlock. That's cool. I think cheat codes are more, it's more fun to play with cheat codes sometimes, Hey, I'm in first place. Let's see how this turns out. Do I recommend this game? No. I'm just going to go ahead and say no. I'm just kind of keeping you here, so yeah, if you hit that power up, you can totally make that bridge. So, hey! You get to see the front of Scuzzlebutt. See, I told you he's got like a celery stick for an arm or a hand or something. That original episode, that was like one of the first episodes. I think it was episode 2, because the first episode was when Cartman had problems with aliens, let's just put it that way, and then the second episode is when they went hunting with Uncle Jimbo. And that's when they had the volcanoes and you had to duck and cover, which is the question that I got wrong in the Chef's Love Shack. That it should have been duck and cover, but I picked for that question something different. But yeah, when you select stuff, you get a little farting sound, which is hilarious. Next race, yeah, why not? Scuzzlebutt, man, don't lose it. But yeah, it's 6 out of 10. I don't recommend. It's fun for what it is. Use Game Shark codes, CDX codes, or Action Replay codes, or whatever. Hey, traditional race. This is my language. Now you're speaking my language, but yeah, I'll just end it while I'm, playing a Scuzzlebutt here. But yeah, I just appreciate you guys watching. Thanks.